you tired of the typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh? Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.
I'm so over you. I fly above the fools to get a better view. I wanna stay this high, I love this altitude. I'm taking the last flight 'cause I'm so over you. Nothing's left for me to do except to fly over you, over you, over you.
Touch and goes, nothing close was the game that you played. Then you jet 'cause you said I was just in your way. But a look or a glance put me into a trance. Made me think
Well, this is Fly Over You, Fly Over You by P.E.Petrov. And we have Phil, who's a singer and songwriter for this song, here with us. Hello, Phil. How's it going?
Hello. I'm doing good. Thank you.
All right. You know, I really like that intro. I think is brilliant with the megaphone type of or telephone vocals and the guitar line it really goes really well with your melody. You know, congratulations. This is a fantastic song. And I would like you to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and your music.
So, so I'm P.E.Petrov. The P stands for Phil, my first name. And the song Fly Over You, it's really kind of one of the songs of, I have some other upcoming music coming out, but this one was kind of the one that I was ready to release. They're all kind of in this this era of this very like pop punk, alternative rock influence to it. And like you said at the beginning of this song, it has kind of like, it gives like a little tease of the chorus melody, but through this like distorted, muffled megaphone kind of effect on it. And then right after it, it actually has like another kind of like time warp effect at the beginning of it, to kind of help people understand a little bit of more of the story that's happening in the song. Because like I said, this song is technically the third out of a group of music that I'm going to release. And then we're really in this story of SadBoi, who's the main character on the cover art. And he's leaving someone, and he's kind of been in this like anger and rage of, you know, they're so terrible, they're such a garbage type of person. We're realizing after he's kind of cooled down from the rage that he's not really over them yet.
Actually, that was let's listen to it.
I'm taking the last flight 'cause I'm not over you. Something's left for me to do.
Yeah, I played that part because that was goosebumps type of moment for me. You know, after the breakdown, when you kind of recite the letter to the person and then gets back onto these, you know, half tempo type of part and with the modification of the lyrics of the chorus a little bit, but changing it to "I'm not over you." That was really brilliant. You tell us a little bit about that process, production or composition, the writing of these parts, because this song is really intelligently written. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, thank you so much for the compliment. It really was, it started kind of almost like accident, because originally the song was supposed to be just the aspect of I am over you and staying in that anger, because part of the inspiration was when I was kind of angry at somebody that I had worked with, that I was kind of just writing it saying, I'm so over you, I'm done with you. And as I kept saying it, I was personally going through a lot of like just processing a lot of grief and stuff when I was in therapy for a while. And so I was processing, grieving over somebody else I had lost previously, and I kind of got mixed up in saying the words when I was saying I'm not over you, or I'm so over you, and turned into I'm not over you. And it's kind of funny because I sing at my church here in South Jersey, and we have one of the songs that actually like does this very similar kind of thing. It's from Hillsong, that their chorus kind of changes like past, present, and future tense of what they're saying. So I kind of was thinking in the same lines of like, it would be kind of interesting if we saw me as the character SadBoi. He kind of like changes throughout the song, changes his perspective, changes where he's coming from, and kind of his mood. And that's why like the second verse, it breaks down, and he's talking about he sees their faces everywhere as he's trying to run away from them, kind of on this like running away to the airport, trying to get as far away as he can. That's where a lot of the airplane and flying metaphors come from. But eventually, like, he realizes that he actually, in his anger, still isn't over someone, so that he tries to get back with them, tries to call him back, and that's how we end up with kind of like the bridge phone call effect in there as well.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, I recommend this song for everybody to listen to. If you've gone through this type of experience, it will probably touch you the right way. And yeah, so when you draw inspiration from your personal experiences, how does it happen, right? So how do you come? Is the melody that comes first, or do you write a poetry? Like, tell us of the process of your writing.
So for me, really, it is a lot of like vocal melodies kind of just come to me for when I start to actually like work on a song or set up stuff to work with, because I do have a bunch of friends of mine that are producers, have their own actual studios for stuff. Of course, I have, on my laptop, I typically use Logic to like do either just to record the vocal melodies. Sometimes I have done like some current music that I'm working on. I'll do like an imitation, like beatbox-ish almost with my mouth. Like I do like a pretend trumpet or something, just so I know what melody I kind of want that instrument to actually be for the song. And then we'll do like a real trumpet doing it. Or things like that. But for the inspiration, really lyrically, for this song and a lot of the songs that I've been writing, it really has been inspiration of like past events and past memories that have kind of been happening with me. And that's why the character on the cover art, his name is SadBoi, because it was a lot of these events and memories and things that I had been grieving and going through and processing through therapy. After I kind of went through therapy, that was the label that I was able to kind of put on my past of like why I was that way or why I was feeling that way. Cause I was sad. It's kind of crazy when you go through like therapy and actually like think about the stuff and think about things that have happened to you. And you finally actually process it. Like you're able to actually realize like, oh, I was actually depressed, or like, oh, I was actually really angry with someone. I was really actually this. And I just had so much going on in a lot of those times. Like the people that I personally lost in my family and relationships and things like that, it wasn't until therapy, till probably around COVID and a little bit after the COVID quarantine, that I actually was able to think about these things and process them.
Wow. How would you qualify this song? What do you think is the primary mood?
It's definitely angry. This song and the other songs that kind of go with it that are going to be coming out later are definitely angry, but this one in particular is a little bit like it's more like frustration and like beating yourself up a little bit, in the sense of you're angry at someone, but because you've been saying it so much to yourself, you kind of realize you're like, why am I still hung up on them? If I'm angry and if I'm physically leaving them and I don't want to see them again, why are they still occupying my mind? Why are they still bothering me in my thoughts and things like that? And that's how we get to kind of the end with the song, where it's like, it's that like realization, that epiphany moment of like, you know what, I guess I'm really not over them, and maybe I got to go back and try and make things right, or change something or do something.
Yeah, I think it's I like it because there's an arc. The SadBoi with an I, right? That's the way you write it. This character that you created for your book of work, which is really creative as well, by the way. But there's like a process of this person gets more mature over the song, and yes, self-realization, absolutely. I think that's why I was telling you that I find it so brilliant for the emotional journey in the song. I honestly really like it.
Yeah, it's really, I guess that word self-realization is kind of what encompasses a lot of the music that I released before this song, the future music that I'm about to release. It really is kind of, I guess, that self-realization of who I actually was in the past, and like been processing it with therapy and things like that. I just actually realizing it, because I spent so much of my life in the beginning, and as everybody typically does, they go to school, everybody plans to go on college, hustle in college. I'm working a part-time job in retail, which everybody knows is crazy, things like that. And then I graduate college, get more involved with the retail job, hectic, crazy schedules. Everything just feels like it's going fast, or like I'm just doing stuff to do it, just doing jobs just to do it, or just occupying my time just to avoid actually like kind of being with myself, or processing how do I really feel about these things, or like what do I really want. And it really was that quarantine that like shut down of everything that everybody had, and I just kind of had that moment with it too. I was like, we slowed down and we're like, what do I really want? And that's really when I started making a lot of this music, and writing these songs and working on them with my producer friends, with Zach and Tyler, the other guys that are credited on these songs, I just finally had the time. And even during quarantine, I actually had an injury with my hip from work. So then I was even out of work. So like I had nothing else to do but think about everything that has happened with me and actually process things.
Wow. Well, the good news is what you got out of all of that on the other side. And this is, this song is now forever. And for anybody to listen and, help them or drive them in the however way they understand it. That's also the beauty, that you can personalize the message out of your experience, your own experience. This is something really good that you have created, and like you're saying, you have many other songs as well.
Yeah, so it's actually funny that you say like helping people, because that really has been kind of part of me with making this music. My past other couple of songs that I had, Double Yellow Lines, Bridges, Roadkill, Fly Over You, the current song that's out. Journey is the next song that actually I'm going to release in a little bit. And the kind of primary goal that I at least have with my music is helping people, in that sense of not just that kind of help that you see in a lot of pop music of like, just we're just trying to make you feel good just to feel good and avoid problems. It's more for me of like, you know, things that I've gone through and how I was feeling and what happened in a way that hopefully relates to other people and helps them kind of heal in their own way. You know, like the scenario of Fly Over You helps other people who are still so angry and so hung up on people that are clearly not good for them. I mean, in the verses of this song, this person is not a very good person that they're hung up on. But, you know, and my hope is that helping people to realize of like, you know, just because you physically leave somebody and you keep uttering to yourself and telling the whole world, I'm over them, I want nothing to do with them, doesn't mean you fully actually let them go.
Well, you know, this is your way to help others. Definitely will. Your music has a purpose, and you know, commend you to keep on it, keep doing it, and keep us posted.
For sure. Thank you so much, Antoine.
Pleasure. All right, so this was Phil, very brilliant person with a lot of experience, life experience, and creating these fantastic songs, just like this one. Fly Over You, under the stage name P.E.Petrov. Let's enjoy a little bit more of Fly Over You. See the next one.
I'm moving on to see better days, 'cause I'm so over you. I fly above the fools to get a better view. I wanna stay this high, I love this altitude. I'm taking the last flight 'cause I'm so over you. Nothing's left for me to do, so I'll fly right over you, over you, over you. Waves in constant
Are you
gaze.
tired of the typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh? Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.